Hey everyone, it's your friend Thinknoodles and welcome to Ask Think episode number 85 for Monday, January 20th, 2014. And I know some of you guys are out of school today, so have fun today. Although by the time this comes out, you've probably already had fun or you didn't. And then, oh man, I should have told you earlier. But anyway, guys, let's get started with Ask Think. Of course, you guys are probably wondering how many likes were on last week's video and who got the closest, and it was 2,357 likes, and Mini Waffle Pig, oh my goodness, Mini Waffle Pig, I don't know what I was trying to read there, guys, but Mini Waffle Pig got the closest with 2,346 likes. Now, before we get to the questions, don't forget to leave your question in the comments below so I can have something to answer next week. Remember though, only one question per comment, but you can leave as many comments as you like. Also, if the comments on this Ask Think are closed, go to the most recent Ask Think video and ask your question there. One more thing before we start the questions, let's set this week's like target for 2,000 likes again. I know you guys will break it. You break it every time. I think the week after we're going to set it for 2,500 because you guys are really good at breaking it. And the first question is from Thinkette290, and I recognize her because I see her post comments on my videos and I love her avatar. And it says, "Hey Think, happy Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday." So my question is, have you ever in your entire life tried uncooked noodles? Of course I have. I used to love as a kid because I was maybe a little bit too lazy to cook ramen noodles. I would eat them uncooked and it's kind of good. You can take the seasoning, well, I guess it's just pretty much MSG, but you can pour that the salt and stuff over the uncooked noodles and they taste pretty delicious. The only thing is they're messy because when you bite into it or break it off, the noodles sort of shatter a little bit and go everywhere. But yeah, I have, and I used to really like it. Sandra Frost asks, "Are you double jointed?" Yes, I am. I remember, let me see if I can do it now. Hold on a second here. No, I'm not as flexible as I used to be, but I remember I used to be able to take my middle finger and bend my wrist back and bend my finger back, and I could make the tip of my finger touch my forearm, sort of like backwards onto my wrist. I just tried it and I can't do that anymore. You know, I'm not as young as I used to be maybe, but yeah, I am double jointed. I can bend my, and when I put my thumbs up, so if I were to give you like thumbs up, my thumb doesn't go straight up, it goes back. It's like a T almost, or I guess, well, let's see. Yeah, if I put my two thumbs together, if I was putting thumbs up on both thumbs and I stuck them together, they would make a T, if you know what I mean. Okay. Simon Depu says, "Hey, instead of UHC with everyone else, how about us fans?" Well, that's a great idea, and it's one of the things that sort of was a drawback to UHC was that it was limited. And I have another idea, and it can involve all of you, every single one of you. You'll see. I have some plans that I have to lay out over the next 2 weeks. But you guys will see, well, in about a week, what I have planned and what I found and all that stuff. It's really cool, and it can involve you guys and anyone in the community. It's awesome, and I'm very excited about it. The Max Duda says, "Hey Thinknoodles, have you ever gotten any Minecraft merchandise?" Well, I have. I do have like a Minecraft calendar that I sometimes schedule videos on, and right here I'm holding it in my hands. I have a redstone block. It's from ThinkGeek. My parents got it for me for Christmas, and when you tap it, it lights up the redstone and dims the redstone, and I think it's really cool. But yeah, anyway, I do have that, and also I haven't gotten them yet, but I did an interview with the people that make Ender toys. I think their name is Seuss X or X Seuss, something like that. And I did an interview with them, and they're gonna send me some Ender toys of my skin and the girl version of my skin. And they said maybe they may be able to 3D print some copies, but I'm not sure about that. But definitely my skin and my wife's skin, which is the girl version of Thinknoodles. And they're gonna send me a bunch of them so I can give them away to you guys. So that's gonna be really awesome. Mr. Want says, think in your Draw My Life, you said you and your friends started the Insiders Network. Does that friend have a YouTube channel? If yes, who is it? Well, no, not necessarily. Technically, a friend and I started the websites together, but when I started YouTube and the Insiders Network, she was not a part of the creation of the YouTube side of things. So she does not have a YouTube channel, and you have no idea who she is. Rockin' Rollin' says, who is your favorite YouTuber other than Annie Minecracker? Well, guys, to be honest, whenever I want to just watch something really entertaining and just sit back and relax, I go to Diamond Minecart's channel. I love Dan's channel. He's really entertaining, and if I go on YouTube or if I'm having lunch and I'm like, man, I just want to just sit back and enjoy something, he always entertains me when I go to his channel. So, yep, Dan. Penguin X Rock says, think what can non-members in Minecraft do on your server? And I like the name Noodlers. Well, the thing about Minecraft is, in order to play it, you have to, I guess, quote unquote, be a member of Minecraft in order to play multiplayer and to play online. You have to have a Minecraft account, which is technically a member. Now, there is also premium members on my server, and you would have to pay a monthly or annual fee, and you get a few certain perks and a colored username and that sort of thing. But as long as you have the regular Minecraft account, now we don't allow cracked accounts because that's illegal, but anyone who has a legitimate Minecraft account, normal Minecraft, you pay the $27 and you have Minecraft for life. As long as you have that, you can do anything on the server that anyone else can, whether you have membership or not. It's just that sometimes people who are premium members, which means they're paying a fee to, or sort of donating to my server, then they might bump you out of a game. They have priority if the game is full. But other than that, you can play anything. Fern River 1120 says, think I'm in the 8th grade and my school's academic pentathlon. I'm in the honors group 3.75 to 4.0 GPA. So my question is, were you in something like that when you were in school hundreds of years ago? Well, let me just tell you, when I was in school hundreds of years ago, we didn't have pentathlons. We didn't even have GPAs. You know, we didn't even have pencils and paper. We carved things into tablets, like stone tablets, you know, with chisels and stuff. Yeah, I'm old. But no, we did have those things, although, and I had decent grades in elementary school because I quite liked, well, let's see, 8th grade was earth science. I wasn't a huge fan of earth science, but because I'm just thinking of, I don't know why I'm thinking of science. You said nothing about science, but I'm thinking of science. Maybe because once I got into high school, I was in a bunch of honors and AP classes for chemistry and physics and things like that because I was good at those. But I had a decent GPA, but I didn't really participate in any academic events. In 8th grade, I think I was pretty much just rollerblading with my friends every day after school and playing with these little, what do they call those? Slot cars, I think they call them, on these tracks. And they were made by a company called Tamiya, and we would upgrade the motors and stuff, and I was always wrapping wiring around it and rewiring the motors and doing all kinds of stuff that you probably shouldn't have done, but to those things. But anyway, that's what I spent most of my free time doing. So I didn't participate in any extracurricular activities, especially in in academics. Rohan Agarwal says, think what was the max and minimum grade scored by you in high school? Well, like I said in the last question, I did pretty well in elementary school, and middle school and high school. College was when I started to flop. But, you know, I had a decent GPA graduating high school. I think I was like a 3.6 graduating high school. So that's not bad. That's, you know, a B+ average, I guess, because a 3.7 is an A-. So yeah, B+ average, pretty good. So, you know, I don't really think I got any Fs in high school or anything like that, but you know, I'm sure I got my fair share of Cs and of course As. Kevin Pan asks, and what kind of grooming tool do you use for her? The beginning part of this, which I don't know where that is. I tried to include them together, but he asked what to feed her, or what I feed Poopy. I feed Poopy solid gold dog food, and a grooming tool. We don't brush her that much. She doesn't like it, and she runs away. But I use an undercoat rake. That is the most important thing for a golden retriever. Sour Pickle Jar says, when was the last time you ate barbecue? Well, if you'd asked that last week, I would have said, I don't even remember. But I had a barbecue place here in New York that I really love. It's called Hill Country. We had it about, let's see, would have been Wednesday night, and it was delicious. Joseph Singh asks, are you going to make new things on your channel? I'm not sure what that means. I think you're asking whether I'm going to start new series and things like that. And of course, I'm always going to have some sort of adventure map type of series running on my channel, along with Hexit and along with Survival and Ask Think. And like I alluded to before earlier in the video, I do have a new series that I'm going to be starting soon that sort of involves you guys and everything to replace UHC. 1999 Blue asks, did you get the new Twitter design? I have no idea what you're talking about. Maybe. The reason I don't know is because I don't use twitter.com hardly at all. I use either the mobile client on my iPhone, which is Tweetbot, or Tweetbot for Mac. That's what I use for Twitter 99.9% of the time. So I don't get to see any updates or deal with any updates on the website. If the client updates, then yeah, I get a new design, but the client stays the same, and that's what I use. It's just so much easier for me. The Webkins Wizard says, hey, Mr. Noodly Thinker. This is my first comment ever, and you're my first sub. Well, yeah, okay. Anyway, I have a question I've been dying to ask if I ever go to New York. Not likely. And I'm walking in New York with my mom, and I see a golden, and I ask my mom if I can ask to pet the dog, and I ask what's the dog's name, and they say Poopy. Would that be you? Yeah, it's a really, really, really high chance if you were to find someone walking a golden retriever named Poopy on the island of Manhattan, that would be 99% of the time me. The Funny Kids Show asks, do you like to read? I do, although I don't have as much time for it as I'd like, but when we go on vacation, I spend the majority of my time reading. And right on cue, Louison Dessa says, how come you go on vacation like all the time? Well, it might seem that way, but I really only go on vacation 2 times per year. And when we go for 2 weeks because that's what my wife's job does. They sort of assign her 2 2-week blocks of vacation, or it has been for the last 4 years. That's the way it works. But like you guys, you know, you're on school break for like 2 months and winter break. So you kind of get to, well, maybe you guys have spring break. You guys go on vacation more than me. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's the way my wife's work does it. And that's why we go away. And when we do, we go away pretty far because we just want to get away from everything. Rockin' Rollin' asks, have you ever seen the Eiffel Tower in person? Yes, I have been to Paris twice. Clay S says, sorry for the multitude of comments this week from myself. I know a lot of YouTube gamers record their audio calls with Skype. I was wondering if you could explain how to do so. Noodle on. Well, in my case, I use a Mac, and my screen recorder, when I click record, it has a few options. 1 is record your screen. 2 is record a microphone or a FaceTime camera or something like that. And then the third option is whether to record your system sound. And that third option, recording system sound, is what I use to record the Skype calls. Now, it does record it all in one track. So it records my game sound and my Skype sound on the same audio track, so I have to adjust my game sound up or down according to how loud the person is in Skype. 7 points IX2X54 asks, have you ever flown in a Boeing 747 or an Airbus A380? I've been in plenty of 747s, especially when I was living in Indonesia, but I've never been in an A380. 7 points 7 points. IX2X54 says, think out of all the times you've been flying, have you ever been in an emergency situation? Years ago, me and my dad were flying back from Texas in an MD-80 and the captain announced there was something stuck in one of the engines. So we made an emergency landing, went back to the gate with a bunch of fire trucks. How scary is that? Noodle on. That's really scary. I've never had anything like that happen. The only emergency I've ever been in was a medical emergency, and happened about 2 years ago when we were on a flight, and someone had taken some medication and was kind of passing out a little bit, and they asked if there was a doctor on board, and my wife responded and got to speak with the ground, and it was kind of cool because she took care of the patient or the other passenger, and everything was fine, but they put her on the phone with a physician on the ground and asked her, do we need to land the plane? And my wife basically had control of the aircraft, saying she could have said, yes, this patient is very sick, we need to land the plane right now or else the patient will die, or she said, no, the patient's fine and we can continue to our destination. She could get medical care there, and that's the the choice that she made, because the passenger was okay, was gonna be fine, but but they asked her, do we need to land the plane? And she had that power to say, we need to land the plane now. And I thought that was amazing. She didn't think it was that cool, but I was like, wow, that's amazing. But anyway, Matthias Johannesson asks, have you ever won money in a lottery? Because my father won $10,000 recently. No, well, I mean, I think the most that we've ever won, my wife bought her first lottery ticket. It was like a Powerball ticket, and she hit like 3 numbers plus the Powerball number, and we won $100. Other than that, no. Marley53113 on CP asks, do you get mad when you see someone with your skin? No, the opposite. I get happy. I get excited. I love seeing you guys in my skin because it makes me feel like you guys really, really like me and what I do, and you're big fans, and I love seeing my fans on servers. Jonathan Rodriguez asks, how well can you cook? Well, I think I can cook okay. I mean, when I make dinner, and I do a lot, we don't get sick, so I guess I'm okay, and my wife doesn't go, oh, this is terrible, I'm not gonna eat this, so she eats what I cook, so I guess I can't be that bad? Bridgesturds Abbott asks, how often do you comment / like other people's videos? Every time, often, sometimes, or never? Sometimes. The thing is, I comment more often than I click the like button, because the like button sends it to everyone's feeds, and I have to make sure that a video is appropriate for everyone, so I have to watch it the whole way through before I click the like button, because I don't want to share something with you guys that may not be appropriate. Justine M asks, dear Think, could a person who posts covers of songs become a YouTube partner? Because I saw that you can't have copyrighted material in your videos to be a partner. Well, if you do a cover of a song and you're playing it on your own instrument and everything, it's kind of your creation. I think it falls under fair use, but maybe something else. But that is still original content, and it is okay. If you post a copy of someone's song, like you just take the audio and rip it and upload it to your channel with like a different video background or something, that's not really a cover, and no, that would not be considered for partnership. Lulu Star asks, when is the next Think Thursday? I always miss it and I want to go. Well, the next one will be Thursday at 3 a.m. Penguin time, which is 6 a.m. Eastern time. And they usually are that time unless I say otherwise. Luke D asks, hey Think, my YouTube won't let me post my video because it's too long, but it's only like 20 minutes long. How do you post yours? Well, over time, as YouTube begins to, I guess, trust your account, they allow it to upload longer videos, but that comes with time, and also you have to upload a number of videos, a few videos, and then they'll start to see that your content is okay, it's not being reported, and then they'll allow you to upload longer videos. Sarah Gao says, I just played Pop Tropica today, and there's a real ad about galactic hot dogs. It comes up on the whole screen when I go to a separate room. Do you think this is a good idea for Pop Tropica? I thought they were making fun of ads, but now they're real. Yeah, I thought it was just me. You may have seen in the bonus quest, I came across those and they sort of bugged things and things wouldn't work and it would kind of mess up transitions. But I thought that it was a joke. But if it's happening to you and it's happening on other islands than Mock Tropica Island, I'm a little disappointed myself. Cat Nutella Games asks, hey Think, do you know where Minecon 2014 will be held? I heard it will be in London or Chicago. I have no idea. I know that they announced it fairly, I think it was around July the last time they announced it, end of June, something like that. And I expect it'll be that long before they announce this one. But I don't know about Chicago. I have a feeling it's going to shift back to Europe because the first one was in Vegas and the second one was in Paris and then the third one was in Orlando. So I would expect that the fourth one would be back in England, or not England. God, Paris is in France, in Europe. So yeah, that's what I think. Grapple Doe asks, is there a chance of one Wither skeleton dropping 2 skulls? I don't think so. I think they can only drop 1. Music for Thinknoodles asks, Think, bad news. Okay, I'll stop shouting. Mojang is thinking about adding something into Minecraft that will have to make the player kill an iron golem, so your iron golem farm will be pointless. How are you feeling about this? Well, they did add that in the most recent snapshot, where you have to do some damage to the golem in order for it to drop iron. Now, that doesn't make my iron golem farm pointless. Spawning the golem farms, or spawning the golems, is the point. And I could just have them all fall into a collection chamber and then punch them into lava or something like that and then have it fall through. So it will still work. It just requires interaction from me, which kind of does make it pointless that I built it in a spawn chunk, because I'll still have to kind of, well, I guess, still a point to building in the spawn chunk, because that means they'll still be generating the golems. It's just that I'll have to go there to harvest them. But I did see a lot of outcry on Reddit, a ton, like 1,500 comment threads on Reddit about this. People are very upset, and Jeb has said, I don't really like these farms, and I think that they're basically item duplicators, but I'm not going to ignore a 1,500 comment thread on Reddit, which means to me that they may revert this change or figure out a way to, I don't know, to make it work for people who want to automate items like myself. Ray Norshine says, hey, I think Cluck Norris really is gone because I re-downloaded your world and I went into the Minecraft Snapshot 14 WO3B and he's still gone. Not sure if that's the case for you, but it could be. It is. And I think what happened is because I have about 8 different profiles on my launcher, and I think at one point I was testing Optifine because it came out for 1.72, and I was like, oh, let me, and I think it was what happened, but I don't really remember. What I did was I wanted to see what kind of frame rate I would get on the Noodle Planet with the Optifine 172. So I loaded up the world, because it doesn't work for 174, it only works for 172, and I loaded up the world, and as you guys know, the baby zombie chicken jockeys were added in 1.7.4, and in 1.7.2 they didn't exist. So when I loaded that up, I'm assuming it deleted him because they don't exist, and then when I loaded it back up into 174 and anything after that, he's gone. So we're gonna have to find another one, because man, what a disappointment. Twinkie Fairy says, hey, Think! So I was wondering, I just watched your new Hunger Games and was wondering if you would talk about the resource pack called the Noodle Pack. Yes, it was made by a fan called Real Alexis 0900, and you can download it in the description in any of my recent Hunger Games videos. KCB asks, what did you use to make your skin a 1.8 skin? Please put the editor in the description. I just used a graphic program to edit pixel by pixel with a pencil tool. So it was Adobe Fireworks, but anything will work. I don't know if there's any dedicated skin editors yet. I haven't used one myself, and I'm still working on the skin, getting it to the point that I want it. Rock and Rollin' says, with your texture pack, there's a cookie. What is that without a texture pack? Well, it's an Oreo. And then without the texture pack, it's a cookie. Pink Panugan says, Think, if you have to face the Wither twice, can you put a link in Ask Think number 85 to the first one? Yes, it is episode 25 of my Let's Play. Lucas Brensel says, Think, when I downloaded the Noodle Planet, I had all these random items. Are those yours? Yes, when you download it and load up the world save, you will have everything that was in my inventory. Happy Nugget asks, Think, when will you start your mod review series? Soon. I had someone building something for me for it, because you guys know I'm not the best builder. I'm good at some things, bad at others, and I wanted something epic built, and I knew some people that were capable of building it, but it's been a while. I asked about a month and a half ago, and still waiting. So I don't know, guys. I want to get it started, but I really need that build before. So hold on a little bit longer, guys. Fontage L asks, do you and your wife sometimes play Minecraft together? Why or why not? No, she's a noob. No, I'm just kidding. The reason that we don't play much, we have played together, but not that much. It's just that she's so busy and she's studying for a licensing exam right now, and she just doesn't have the time to play, that's the only reason we don't play together. Jerry Potter asks, what does your wife's skin look like? Is it the girl version of your skin? Yes, it is. It is the alt version, the blue version that I love. Elena Taylor asks, hey Think, did you know you left a power punch something bow at the village? I totally forgot about the chests in that village. I remember I had to empty all my inventory so I could fill up with sandstone from the desert temple and for the walls, and I totally forgot that all that stuff's in there. Thanks for reminding me. Fluffy NNY Tack asks, Think, do you like pickles? I love pickles. I know some people don't, but I really do. Do you? Caleb Diaz asks, hey Think, do you ever get that feeling you're being watched while you're recording your videos? Yeah, you know, every time I record a video, I feel like, God, are there people watching me? Because I feel their eyes like looking right over my shoulder, but I don't know why. Summer Louder asks, Uncle Thinky Noodly, would you rather 1. Grow noodle hair and eyebrows, 2. Live until you were 100 gazillion years old, or 3. Let Poopy eat all the noodles in the world, or 4. Call your subs the Poopy Noodle Diaper Club? Well, I think I would have a hard time saying that, like, all right, guys, how would I even do that? All right, guys, join the Poopy Doople, the Poopy Noodle Diaper Club today, and no, that would not work. So I think I would like to live until I was 100 gazillion years old. All right, guys, that's it for this week's Ask Think. Don't forget to leave your question in the comments below so I can have something to answer next week. Don't forget that the likes target is set for 2,000. Go for it, hit that like button and show your support. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, join the Poopy Doople 9. I was gonna do it and it didn't work. Why don't you become a noodler today? Go ahead and subscribe. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching, and of course, noodle on!